fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Suns, Chandler out there with Markieff Morris. Then there's Bledsoe, and it's Booker in at the shooting guard. Phoenix Suns come into this one following a loss to the Bulls.
Yeah, the inability to make threes in that game, because they took a lot of them, I think, is why they ended up on the short end of the stick.
Yeah, they did take a bunch of them. Sometimes you can make up for poor three-point shooting with a strong inside game, but their inside game just wasn't strong enough.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has later on.
Chandler a screen, and it's Bledsoe off the drive. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Freak. He's coming off a 13-point game against Minnesota. Pass to Kaminsky. Fires the three, and another three for Charlotte.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
No good from Booker.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
There's Freak. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force. And the new beginning here, if you will, for Freak. Change the front of his jersey, and he's looking to have a fresh start with his new team.
And, you know, that can be a bit of a whirlwind when you move from one team to another, Kevin. But Freak certainly has the talent to hopefully be able to work smoothly through it. He knows he's got to stay focused on the court, and he has shown the ability to do that.
His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
5 buckets without a miss. That's a fantastic start.
Morris with the screen for Bledsoe. He kicks it to Morris. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got 3 assists in the game. Freak. And, yep, couple bounces, and it falls. Freak's got 6 points.
And they are cooking, on fire right now. Really flowing well.
Morris with the screen for Bledsoe. And they call an illegal screen here.
And the idea of setting a screen on that play was right, but just poor execution.
Yeah, it just can't be a hard screen at all costs. There is a legality to how you set a screen, so you've got to be inside of both lines, legal and hard.
Move the ball.
Now here's Freak. 6 points for him. The feed to Monroe. 6 on the shot clock. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. It's going to go on Markieff Morris. The Hornets shooting their first free throws of the evening, and he can't get the first one. And the Suns making a change here. Zhang's checked in. No luck that time either. Suns trail by 5. Feeds it to Bledsoe. To the inside, taken away by Holiday. Now Batum. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Passes it to Booker. Can't hit. And the Hornets now going the other way. Coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And it seemed inevitable that they were going to lose that game with how they struggled, but in the end, they had an opportunity to win it.
Yeah, you know, Greg, but to me it appeared as though they just had heavy legs. I mean, just looked to be very tired out there at the end. They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Zhang dishes to Booker. Buries the long-range jumper. Booker's got 5 now. Charlotte leading by 4. Now here's Freak. 6 points for him. Now the pass to Kaminsky. Batum for 3, and it's the Hornets another 3.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
And Craig Monroe with the slam.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what head coach of the Hornets said to his team. He said their plan was run their offense through Freak. He's the guy they typically depend on to spark their scoring attack. And from what Coach was saying, that's going to hold true again here. Kevin, we'll see how that strategy pans out as this game develops.
Thank you, Doris. Stolen away. Outside Knight. This one for three. That's good. Knight's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now here's Freak. Defense right on him.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
They set the pick. Kicks it to Kaminsky. Johnson wide open. He fires. Off target from outside.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Hornets leading by 6. Here's Freak. He dishes it to Kaminsky and stolen by Jang. Now here is Knight. Defense right on him. Over to the wing. Here's McDaniels. It's rebounded by Charlotte. And going against Phoenix, their first meeting of the season.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series.
Yeah, you know, most teams have games where they wish they could get a mulligan or take it back. Well, last year, their one loss in this series was one I know they wanted back.
Here is Knight. Here's Neal. That's good. The assist that time from Knight.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Hornets ahead, up by 6. 2K Sports back in a moment here at the Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team.
I do a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. That's what I pride myself on. You know, some nights you're not going to get the ball, but you still can be effective on the floor. Whether that's rebounding, playing defense, hustling, trying to create extra shots for your team. Whatever it is necessary that I feel like help my team get a win.
Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. He's the definition, Greg, of an unselfish player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
Charlotte has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Freak with it. He's got 6. Hits the three-point bomb. Freak's got 9.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And stolen by Freak. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Kaminsky. Finished off the break. Now it's a 5-point Charlotte lead. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Hornets.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too. Brandon Knight certainly can pass the orange.
There's 1:38 left to play here in the half.
Sticking too much.
Pass to Kaminsky. Little turnaround. The shot, no good. Now the Suns take it the other way. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. And it's Humphries, top of the key. And Neal kicks to Knight. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Let's see how the Suns have performed over the last few weeks. 3rd in steals, 3rd in three-point shooting, and they also show up top 5 in block shots.
And you look at all those steals. I mean, they play an in-your-face, aggressive style of defense. Even advancing the ball can prove to be a challenge, and they tend to feed off of that.
Suns trail by 5. Pick by Humphries. Knight kicks to Humphries. Outside Knight. To the paint. Here's Dang. Pops loose off the pick and hammers it home.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, Jay. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Charlotte shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
He hits the second from the line.
Another trip to the stripe for him, and I tell you what, a little bit of a different feel here in the second quarter. A little more banging going on.
Man, and it's really served them well, seeking out the contact you mentioned and putting pressure on the defense.
Now here's Freak. He's covered closely. With 2 seconds left, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
And we've finished one half of basketball. Hornets lead by 6. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, you've been consistently able to find the open man through the first 2 quarters. What have you seen that you've been able to exploit in this defense?
All of it, really. I mean, I see the whole defense as something I can exploit. Man, honestly, I got them running around like a chicken with his head cut off right now. I'm just having fun like it's a pickup game at this point.
Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, Doris.
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
How about the magic touch he had on display there in that first half in terms of finding his teammates? Just a plethora of assists.
Plethora, you're going deep into that dictionary of yours, man. It's not a common occurrence with this guy, though. Typically, he's more of a finisher, but that's not been the case in this one.
Freak in at point guard. Batuma's out there at Greg Monroe. Then it's Kaminsky, and it's Holiday in at the 2 guard. So that's the Hornets 5. And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Wolves put together a nice one. He ended with 13 points, and he also added a few assists as he set up his teammates as well. It was a complete outing for him, one that he hopes to be replicated here. Guys?
All right, thanks, Doris. He's got a lot of positives to take away from that game.
He really does. It was one of his better performances, and that's saying something because we've seen this guy have...
Oh! And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that. Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Third quarter of play.